So not a lot of people have the experience like I do, working one-on-one with people for years, helping them to break addictions, helping them to lose weight, and specifically one-on-one helping people to get off of caffeine and stimulants. I have the largest group on Facebook with thousands of people in it, dedicated to helping people to get off caffeine and coffee. And one of the most common characteristics that I see amongst people that are having a real hard time struggling to get off of caffeine and to stay caffeine free is that they're on one of these low carb diets, low carb keto bullshit diets, carnivore diet, some of those whatever it is, because they're used to having caffeine to suppress their appetite so they can do this one meal a day or whatever and stay in ketosis. But all of a sudden, as soon as they remove the caffeine, then boom, it hits them like a ton of bricks, and they can't figure it out. And all of a sudden, because really you should be able to bounce back off of caffeine within a couple of weeks. You should be back to normal. But if it's all of a sudden, if it's day 45, day 71, and you're still struggling, it's your diet. It's what you're consuming. I've seen this time and time again. Not many people, it's one thing to have theories and all this, but it's a whole another thing when you have facts and evidence. And I've been working with people one-on-one for years, and so when as time goes on, you start to see patterns. And so if you're serious about getting off caffeine, off stimulants, then you gotta up the carbs, you gotta up the sugar, you gotta sugar the fuck up, and you gotta hit it first thing in the morning. You gotta consume, instead of consuming that caffeine in the morning and doing your intermittent fasting bullshit. When you get up in the first thing in the morning, what I personally have is fruit first thing in the morning, as much as you want. Don't count calories. Sweetest fruit as possible, as much as you want. And then I like to have fruit the first half of the day, then the second half of the day, that's where I move more into drier types of food. And if for optimal results, then you gotta consume a vegan diet. The 80-10-10 diet, where 80% of your calories are coming from carbohydrates, 10% from fat, 10% from protein. And if you do this, you're going to see the results for yourself as your natural energy goes through the roof, because you're consuming the diet that you're supposed to and that is optimal for the human animal. If you're cutting, every single cell in our body runs on glucose, which is sugar. Our brain's primary source of fuel is glucose, which is sugar. And so when you're cutting that out, you have to be reliant on stimulants. It's no why. And caffeine is a fake energy. It's like using a credit card. Eventually it's going to catch up with you, and you're going to have to pay it back with interest. So this is what I'm drinking right now. It's organic cane sugar, 43 grams of sugar. And I know it's like, oh my God, you're on the road to getting diabetes right now. I test my blood sugar levels every single day. You'd try it for a week, see what happens. But you have to have low fat. That's the key. You got to cut out the fucking fat. You got to keep your fat down under 10%. And how you do this is by adopting a plant-based diet, high in rice, starches, fruits, anything that does not have high volumes of fat, low fucking fat. And if you do this, you're going to see your blood sugar levels stabilize. You're going to see the weight come right off. You're going to start to get toned up, and your energy levels are going to go through the roof. I was just watching a video on Usain Bolt and his diet, and he was talking about every day, first thing in the morning, he starts off with fruits and starches and rice. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's the fuel our body needs. Don't believe me. Be your own best test subject. Try it out for yourself. Throw out all the theories, all the bro science, Joe Rogan podcast episodes that you've listened to. Open up your mind. And you got to give this a chance. Test your blood sugar levels now with the keto paleo diet you're doing now, and then do what I'm recommending and consuming 80% of your calories from carbohydrates, from sugar, from starches, from 80% of your calories from carbohydrates, starches, sugars, fruits, 10% from fat, 10% for protein, and watch as your blood sugar levels come down to the healthiest that they've ever been. Your your energy levels go through the roof, and you no longer need all that bullshit, all that stimulants, the caffeine. And if you don't believe me, then stay addicted to caffeine and stimulants. The choice is yours. Sugar the fuck up.